Oh, hello, all of the viewers and listeners out there in either this galaxy or that galaxy long ago, far away.
Far, far
This
away.
is this is audio. No, I'm sorry. That's me just falling into the same old routine. This is Geeks Assembled, and I'm Susie, and that's Lee, and we're discussing a television series, first season, Maul Shadow Lord. I think people liked it, but I'd like to find out what Lee thought of it because, he's, um, yeah. So, what's your opening thoughts on Maul Shadow Lord?
I enjoyed it. It was 10 episodes, 25-minute long episodes. Um, I was a bit confused to begin with because the last time I watched anything with Maul in it, he died. Um, by, by the hands of Ben Kenobi.
Mhm.
Can't remember. Was it Rebels or was it Clone Wars? I can't remember which.
It was the Phantom Menace, actually.
No, no, no. He in one of the animated TV shows. Maul was killed by Obi-Wan.
Oh,
It,
on Tatooine.
yeah, I can't remember which show it was. Was it Clone Wars or was it Rebels? I can't remember.
Yeah, that was Rebels, and but that was also a bit closer to the original trilogy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I started watching it and I thought, oh, hold on, he died, and I thought, all right, this is set before then.
Okay, good.
Yeah, get my head around that, and yeah,
Okay.
um, yeah. I mean, the animation's brilliant. I like the way Maul is designed and drawn. He's totally different to any of the other characters. He's sort of got like a rough drawing. I know because he's red and black, but the way it's like just shaded and looks quite rough. All the others are quite smooth, clean animation.
Hmm.
Um, we did get a couple of characters from other Star Wars projects in this, but mainly it was all new characters. Um, and this is where by this time he's dropped the Darth. It's just
Hmm.
Maul, and yeah, he's out for revenge on people who have betrayed him. And the main one he wants is Sidious Palpatine, whatever you want to call it, Emperor. Um, is because he was betrayed big time by him. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
it's about a ragtag of characters, good against evil. But then the final few episodes, they have to come together to work together to survive. Um, yeah, I enjoyed it. It had the feel of Star Wars at that galaxy. Um, yeah, I know. There is a season two that's been green lit, so
Yes.
they're not just going to leave it at that.
No.
Um, and the voice acting is brilliant in this. Is it Sam? I've got his name. Sam Witter. Witter, is it Witter? Witter. Um,
Whitmer.
Witter as Maul. He, for me, I knew his name from playing video games because he in the Force Unleashed. He played Starkiller,
Oh yeah.
Vader's apprentice. So yeah, great voice acting in this by everyone. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It didn't drag. There was sort of action in every episode. Good storytelling, not hard to follow. So yeah, back to you, Susan.
All right. Well, 10 episodes to uh, demonstrate that there are places still, um, places the where the populace still thinks of maybe the empire or the republic or whatever. The government over there
Mm,
as possible allies, only to find out that they're just not allies. They are just conquerors in every sense of the word. And that's hard. That's a hard lesson. And especially since there's a cop and his son, and the cop is, you know, intellectually astute enough to realize that when his partner, a robot named Two Boots, calls the Empire, that's going to be the end of real law and order in his planet, and it's going to become another conquered uh, world. Especially when Two Boots lets on that there's folks with lightsabers and stuff. Two Boots really, he, I guess, outside of uh, outside of the stormtroopers and the Inquisitors, Two Boots becomes like the main villain in the piece because of what he does. I mean, yeah, good intentions, but shit, hell is paved with the road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? So like that's just what's up. And there's a couple of, I mean, there's Maul, and Maul is there trying to leverage a couple of different criminal criminal aspects, gangs, uh, to um, to take them over. I mean, it's really his uh, as he as he finally gets sort of the holocrons and everything, all the knowledge as he becomes aware of these things later on. He finds out that these these people he needs are mostly criminals, and it's like all the pirate gangs and stuff are part of that, and then there's a couple of survivors, sort of Jedi survivors. Master Echo Diodaki and Devon Azara, played by Dennis Haysbert and Gideon Aldeon. That you know, those are pretty famous names, but also, Two Boots is played by Richard Ayoade, and from the IT crowd. It's always good to have his voice in there. He played the fly-like character in Mandalorian season 1, I think. Anyway, great. It's great to have his voice. He's just really he's a really cool actor, and then he turns into the villain in this, and uh, so anyway, Devon is the main. There's always got to be a character that the dark side is trying to woo, and Devon is that, and Maul is that, and I agree, Lee. The the painterly images of both Master Echo Diodaki and Maul are, I mean, you can see the brushstrokes.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's so pretty and well done. And I don't know if that was done like in a certain style with a computer or if it was done. I just don't know. It's Disney. Could have been done, hand on cells like that's their whole style. Like,
Mm.
they do that uh celluloid cell in animation style so well where you do have to paint each cell. I don't know. It's just so stinking gorgeous like that. And yeah. And then it was directed by well, it was created by Dave Filoni and Matt Nikovitz, and that was I really enjoyed it. And yeah. So favorite parts, things that you enjoyed, favorite episodes. Um,
Well, as you've already mentioned, I really do like the portrayal of Two Books by Richard Iwaddy. As you said, from the crowd. Um, he, he just had to. I don't see him as a villain though, because he's a droid. He's just following protocol. Uh, um,
but
you
he was
know,
told not to. He was asked not to.
but he's a law
By
enforcement. He's a law enforcement droid, so it goes against his programming to not do that. But he soon, by the end of it, realizes his mistake and,
yeah,
and helps them. Um,
yeah.
becomes a fugitive with them. Um,
That took 4 episodes for him to come to that conclusion.
yeah, because it was his protocol. It just went against everything he was, programmed to do.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, yeah. I mean, it's such a shame that in the movies, Maul was only, in the Phantom Menace, really, as the big bad. Um, it's a shame that they sort of tried to kill him off there, but he survived. Um, I do love the design of Maul. It's what's the word? Looks quite. I was going to say erotic. Is that the right word? It's more. All the leather, the
Uh huh.
design. It's sort of like that sort of erotic view in my eyes, anyway.
Uh huh.
Um, he may become my favourite character. I don't know, but yeah. Favorite things. I do say you got two Inquisitors in this, which was great, and the lightsaber battles was amazingly done.
Oh my God.
Oh wow! You cannot have a Star Wars TV thing or movie without having a lightsaber battle. Um, yeah, those were really well done, and I don't know if spoilers. Um,
It's all right. The if you don't want to hear what Lee is about to say, skip ahead. Go watch it and come back. Pause it right here and go watch it and come back.
I mean, from the penultimate episode, once
Yeah.
there's something in the mist, and then you hear that breathing,
hmm
and there he comes out. He comes out the mist with his red lights. Is
God.
Lord Vader.
Uh-huh.
And then the final episode, the battle, the lightsaber battle with Vader, Maul, the two Jedi. I mean, I
The
mean,
two Inquisitors.
the Inquisitors. Yeah,
Oh my god.
that was just so fast paced.
Oh,
I do have a question though. It's nothing to do with that, but they've got a network of roads in this city.
uh-huh.
Why? Because none of the vehicles have wheels. They do fly because they come down onto the road, and so why do they have roads?
Um,
I was thinking, why do they have roads? Because they fly. They come down onto the, and then I'm thinking, why don't they just fly?
for the public transport. That the all this was all shot at night. You assume that maybe there's public transport in the day.
You've
That's
got
just
an answer for everything, haven't you? It's one
well,
of those little.
I couldn't figure that out. And I didn't know why there wasn't like speed controls on them because like literally they were going off one section and bouncing down to another.
But they said, and I thought, well, you actually see
Right.
scenes that the vehicles that people are driving were in the air, and then they come down onto the road, the runway, whatever you want to call them, and they're hovering and going along. And I'm thinking, well, what's the point of that? Why don't they just stay in the air and go to the place they were going to?
Hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know. It's just that little thing that was niggling in my mind when I was watching it.
And maybe it's for video game creation later,
Could be.
like
Um,
Grand Theft Auto, whatever
Star Wars.
planet,
Oh,
whatever the planet was. So, speaking of the Inquisitors, how weird was it to have Vader and two Inquisitors fighting these guys?
it was amazing scenes, but also as well, Maul and the others didn't know who Vader was. This was the first, so this is sort of straight after Revenge of the Sith. Um, Vader's creation, because they didn't even have a name for him. Who are
Right,
you? Ask, who is he? And
right,
then he comes to realize the so powerful. He's the Dark Lord of the Sith.
right, right.
That's what they called him. So yeah, he was so early on in Vader's timeline. This because he
And
didn't even.
Vader was such a good lightsaber duelist that
Oh
even
yeah,
when there were three of them fighting him, including Maul,
yeah,
all of Obi-Wan's training and all of that training that Anakin did was just rote muscle
yeah.
memory. It was amazing.
I mean, the way he brought all the building down and just by that, and I'm thinking that's some power.
Maul, yeah,
No, I'm on about Vader as well. The way he was bringing all the building down on top of them, and then Maul was doing the same in
yeah,
retaliation. Um,
yeah,
yeah, it was an interesting watch.
yeah,
Something fresh.
yeah. And Devin, the whole thing made like Maul trying to woo Devin away from her master. I mean, he just was like, this was going to be a Spitfire. I want that. I want that Jedi on my side.
Where he
Uh,
he, he could he could feel the power in her.
yeah.
But when did Maul uh, come from the apprentice to a master? Because
He
he was.
never he never did officially. But right before this, and you could see it in that when he was in on that road with all of the sand flying
Yeah,
at him. And you could see him trying to. hold on to his brother's savage oppress,
Mhm.
and you knew then that he was, I mean, that he was grieving the loss of his brother. His
Yeah,
brother was his apprentice
yeah, I was
dur-
just looking there.
during the rebels.
Savage Press was voiced by Clancy Brown,
Clancy Brown, I know that was so great. Oh my gosh.
and they even had um, Ewan McGregor voicing Obi-Wan,
Uh huh. Yeah.
and the returning character from the film Solo, Dryden Voss.
Yeah. Well, Dryden was there to leverage all of the Crimson Dawn into what you see, and so
Yeah.
what you
So,
see in
this is after Revenge of the Sith, before Solo, probably.
exactly right, exactly right.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's easy to slot it in because you get a good continuity with this one, and you know that you know that once he figures out that Vader is Sidious's new apprentice, that battle becomes more of a depressing situation for Maul.
yeah. I mean, I think every character in this was good. I mean, you had as you said, the police. What's his name?
Hanson or wait a minute, it was um,
I don't
Brandon
know.
Lawson. Brandon Lawson.
Yeah, he. I mean, that's left on a cliffhanger there. He just goes into the mist firing his gun at the troopers, um, and his son believes him to be dead. I don't think he is. I season two, I think either he survived or becomes a prisoner of the Empire,
Right.
captured, and so maybe season two we may get to rescue his father.
Yeah, and there was a good. His son was played by the guy who, one of the guys in Percy Jackson, the TV show of Percy Jackson. So like he played the antagonist of Percy in that. So yeah, Riley Lawson played by Charlie Bushnell, which
Yeah,
was great.
and also you had the sort of comic relief with the crime boss. I can't remember his name. The little fish guy. I can't remember his name now.
Yeah.
That was sort of the comic relief side because he was sort of a coward, always trying to save himself.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Uh,
it's quite an interesting series. It's because some some of the Star Wars TV what we've had, in my opinion, has been a bit stale and stagnant. Hasn't gone anywhere. Hasn't done anything different. Um,
right.
but this one, it was something fresh,
Right.
uh, and it was animated. There was no, it was no, real actors on screen. It was all animated. So maybe this is the way forward for Star Wars TV.
Well, they have done a few different animated things recently, like uh the Tales from series
Yeah,
and Visions and things. But this one is because of the way, what you mentioned first off, as soon as this podcast started, you were like, You really talked about one of the most amazing parts of it is the painterly quality of it all. You know that is that's something that you know Star Wars hasn't always had that, but Disney has.
Yeah,
So that was really something amazing, and and the sassiness of the characters. I mean, you really got a sense that all of these characters really knew who they were, and that is fun. That it's fun uh to have a show where they're not just always reaching for action instead of some quiet moments.
yeah,
I do like the quiet parts of character building, and so that to me was, it was really something. And then the other thing that really that I liked was the how dark and sinister the city looked, a lot like Blade Runner.
yeah,
Full. They've been going to cities like that a lot recently. Is having that, like, it's like everything is a nod to Blade Runner recently, and that to me is significant, because it means that these creators have, you know as much as you and I do, have favorites, have fan favorites, and that's excellent. And it was the character, the little gangster character was played by the guy who played Zevarelios in the new movie,
oh right.
and in his name is Steve Bloom. So fun. That was fun. Okay, another thing is that this was so well received. Hang on, I got a little thing. You know me. I don't usually go here, but because I heard that you should go here, I just want to tell you what Rotten Tomatoes says about Maul Shadow Lord. The critics portion of it say it's 98%, and the the general populace say it's 93%. The
Oh,
people who see this absolutely love this, and I just honestly, so much of the stuff that's coming out now is panned.
yeah.
To
Can you hear
hear
me?
that this is so that that's almost equal critics and oh,
But can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear
Yeah,
me now?
your mic went off. That was all.
Okay, sorry. The difference between I don't like how this tablet turns off my headset. That's annoying. I might
Does
have to
it
use it
every week? It does that.
every week. Yeah, I'm really really bugged by that. But there's this balance of critics and casual watchers or whatever, you
Yeah.
know, that they never match up. Lee, this is the first time I've ever seen it match up, and I was like looking on the IMDb, and it's always like 9.7, 9.4. I was like, what the hell? You gotta be kidding me. This is all loved, this whole thing. And yeah, the whole show was loved. So,
because it's got a good story to
yeah,
follow. Some so say some other stuff, the stories are so weak. That's why you get bad, reviews. But this has got a solid story, great characters. So hopefully season two will carry on that.
yeah, yeah, agreed. 100% agreed. And so, in your in in your watching, were there things that you wanted to see? Um,
Um,
you did get a chance to see him forming his legs after he was sliced in half.
yeah, there was imagery of that, wasn't there? Yeah. It just it just makes me wonder how, because it just says the hatred kept him alive, and I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
no.
how, how? Um, yeah.
And then in the whole galaxy, he finds Obi-Wan again.
Mm.
Obi-Wan has hidden himself so well so that to protect Luke, but also,
But he's hidden himself so well that he goes by the name of Ben Kenobi.
uh,
That'll work.
all right, but yeah. So I mean, but his hatred of Sidious and his hatred of Kenobi are the Sidious part of that is huge in this.
I'm just looking. I'm just saying, Sam. The voice of Maul, Sam Witwer. Um,
Hmm.
he also in this. He also did the the voice of Darth Sidious as well in this.
Hmm.
Uh, changed his voice very well.
Yeah, yeah, that was cool.
But hopefully, say season two, if this is like a lead up to Solo with Red Dawn,
Oh yeah,
uh, you may get some characters we know
yeah,
from that movie in season two. You never know. Um, but yeah, it was an enjoyable. They say the episodes aren't too long. I think just right.
yeah, just right.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
All right, you want to do final say and score then?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Um, enjoyable. Say, I think Maul now is becoming one of my favourite Star Wars characters. Never was, but this has sort of given more life into him. Um, I do recommend it. Well, if nobody's ever seen this, so for me, I'm going to give it 10 pew pews out of 10.
Nice.
Pew pews, pew
Yeah,
pews.
and yeah, I'll give it 10. 10 like uh inquisitorious lightsabers spinning things out of 10.
Right.
I think it's just amazing, the story arcs that the Filoni and Favreau have pursued are just the best. And even though at this point it doesn't seem like Mandalorian Grogu movie or Grogu Mandalorian movie are rising to the same amongst critics. I really can't wait for the things to resolve in certain ways. And the other thing is the other thing is that Maul Maul was given a physicality that he would never be able to overcome. All of the Dathomir witches and the Dathomir boys and girls, they all look so dang. They, they look very punk, very demonic. It's just they look so cool, and you know that aspect of Maul's characterization was fun to watch develop. You can see him with in this one. You can see him with virtually no tattoos and stuff. And I just wanted to throw this last bit in because you know they really do have his story. Every part of it has emotional resonance, and every part of it has a story that really is has a hell of a lot of intensity to it, and that's what I really enjoyed. And I would love it if you guys would subscribe to our channel. I know that not everybody who watches our videos subscribes, so go ahead and hit the subscribe, hit the bell notification,
Yeah.
and then also enjoy the other videos as they premiere by doing that. And then the other thing is Lee's doing a rewatch Saturday. What is it? What day do you do that on?
Oh, I'm doing a what?
You post something from the past that people
Oh yeah, every Saturday I just
Saturday. Yeah, so do enjoy the rewatches on Saturdays, and also you can find out about those and find out about what we're doing, you know, brand new this week by joining our social media. Our Facebook group has got all of that lowdown. Also, the Lee's Instagram has it, and our X account has it too. And I would like to also have you, you know, follow that X account, and because we need a bunch of, you know, decent geeks on that platform rather than the kind who want to steal all the money and also sell us up the river to China. And so, yeah, sweet of him to do that for us, right? Anyway, and another thing is, we're also going back in time to the basically around about the 1516 BC in our next one with Carrie on Cleo. And so you can say that this whole weekend is about going back in time. Either a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, or, you know, a couple thousand years ago anyway, on planet Earth in Egypt. Carrie on Cleo is coming up. Do enjoy that video as well. And thanks for watching.